Dr. Roy has done his PhD from University of Delhi. He is recipient of Information InfoShare Award 2014, SIG3, American Society for Information Science and Technology. Dr. Roy is the chairperson of Technology, Transfer and Innovation QQML Greece. He has published 4 books and has several international and national publications. He has been an invited speaker at various conferences and universities in countries like Oman, UAE, Bhutan, Maldives, Germany, Poland, Austria, etc. Dr. Roy will be sharing his views on application of NFC Bluetooth Low Energy Library and Information Center. Over to Dr. Roy, please.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Anjali Sherawat. And probably after Dr. Untitled, it's very difficult to speak the quantum of information he has given. I must appreciate Dr. Tal.
Thank you, sir.
For this session,
Thank you, sir.
For this session, I must thank Dr. K.P. Singh, Assistant Librarian, Ansal University Library. He provoked me, and Dr. Tal Pavel indulged me, and Dr. Malbia just pushed me up to out of my basic characteristic of hiding myself. So thank you so much. Dignitaries, coming to my topic, near-field communication and BLE technology in library application. The technology, it is not new exactly, it is an old one. The near-field technology being near-field communication technology being used from 2002 onwards, and it has basically came after 20 years of RFID technology. And probably the Sony and Nokia introduced that NFC near-field communication technology. And Bluetooth, you know already, we are all connected with the Bluetooth technology. Even my earphone is connected with the Bluetooth technology, and you have used extensively. But how we are going to use it on library point of view, that's a question, concept to discussing today. We are one of the finest library system in the world, and the biggest. And you all know that we have a Takshila, we have a Nalanda, the oldest library in the earth. And we have a different tools for the subject classification and everything. But somehow we get lost. But out of that, within that period of time, we have developed the way probably any other country cannot develop, the way we have developed our library system throughout the country. Today's date, probably every library are fully with the finest library. We need to retrospect our and we have to backward why we are doing more into technology and how technology will going to help us and for what purpose we are going to use. That's a concern. That's why we just came with that concept into this webinar. We have already seen the barcode technology. Barcode technology we have used, and probably 1990s we have introduced that one, and people are used in the library. It is because just inputtation of the data into the computer. We just slow down the human interface, human keyboard interface into the computer, and we came into a way that machine should input the data into the computer. So the error will be reduced from 99.9%. So barcode has used, we adopted, we worked on that, and sometimes we used to issue and return books with the barcode technology, and we have a barcode scanner also. That's a wireless barcode scanner for the taking stock of the library. But one problem was that with the barcode technology, that do not have any security of the book. So we used to start the EM technology for security purpose of the books. So at the same time, when we're using barcode technology, at the same time we are using EM tag. So simultaneously using two different technology. One is transaction of the books, one is security of the books. So we clubbed together. And we came with the radio frequency identification system. And we have used very nicely. There is no problem at all. The only problem is that radio frequency that can be used only for the transaction, identification of the books and segregation of the books. So we're just thinking one by one, where goes wrong? The wrong part is that it is costly. Of course, it's costly. And probably after COVID period, it will be very difficult to carry on with the kind of project in the RFID project. So what will be the next? So on the same side, all our wireless technology, the radio, RFID, NFC, BLE, and iBeacon, wireless technology, basically the Wi-Fi and the wireless fidelity, but at the same time it's a kind of radio frequency, but wireless. NFC is another technology which can help us to come out the deficiency in the RFID. And Bluetooth low energy, BLE, and iBeacon can be used in the library in a value addition service to our users. There are many university systems are using the Bluetooth low energy and iBeacon in their libraries. So if we have a look, the attributes of the RFID and NFC. If you look at the operational frequency, it is 13.56 megahertz, both RFID and NFC. Communication is one way, whereas NFC has a two-way communications. The standard, RFID used 3 standard, but NFC used only ISO 14443. Scan distance up to 1 meter and NFC up to 10 centimeters. So the scan distance is lesser than the RFID technology. Another drawback with the NFC technology is that in the RFID system, you can simultaneously scan many books altogether. But where it is NFC, you have to do one by one. You have to do one. So it is very close kind of scan distance is lesser. That's why it's called tap technology. Once we tap it, and it will transact it. So scan simultaneously, it is not possible in NFC technology. But how it can help in a different way, we'll look forward that one. NFC is a technology, wireless technology that has a range of only a few inches. It's based on the magnetic field interaction between the reader and the tag in a radio frequency identification system, adhering to the ISO 14443 international standard for smart card. Near-field communication is compatible with the contactless ID card terminal in use around the world. That is from PC Mac. The term NFC may apply to NFC tags, which are passive device without a power sources and similar to library RFID tags, or smart NFC devices such as point-of-sale reader or smartphone, which are active device capable of generating their own radio frequencies field. Secondly, near-field communication is that technology that allows user to do something interesting, new things with the smartphone. NFC is kind of high-frequency RFID technology, which is same technology we use in the library. But whereas our library RFID tag can be read from the 20 inches away or so, NFC communication only happens within a range of ½ inch. That's why it's called tap-off technology. How this NFC tag and the basic principles of coil here, the wire can be used to produce magnetic wave which can then be picked up and turned back into the current by another coil of wire. The strongest argument in favor of NFC over other form of short-range wireless communication is that tags are incredibly cheap to make, but will be used for a wide range of applications. So we're going to find how we are going to use it for a wide range of applications. If you look at the inductive coupling of that RFID and the NFC tag and the NFC reader or your smartphone, it's a kind of inductive coupling or create a kind of electromagnetic wave within the NFC tag and the antenna. Here, the antenna normally pushes some kind of electromagnetic wave and it's charged. When it's active, then we read it. So it doesn't carry the that energy. So it's always kind of passive. If you want to activate, you need to go with the electromagnetic kind of vibrations with that. Now here, how technology works. Coil in the smartphone setup, the current that is picked up by the smart tag. The smart tag receives the induced current from the cell phone, recognize it as a valid signal and offer a connection to the cell phone. The cell phone accepts the connection and begin the transaction. That's the way one mobile phone and NFC tag are interacting all together. Here is the NFC-enabled mobile phone, which majority you have is carrying it. It secure element store the encrypted data. NFC controller manage traffic and radio frequency signals. NFC antenna collect and transmit the RF signals. That's a basic architect of a NFC-enabled smartphone. Now, how we can use NFC in other ways. Here you can see, if you have a NFC-enabled mobile phone, you can pay for the public transportation system or in a hotel restaurant, or you can tap up with the two different devices. So the data can be exchanged with the two different phones without any difficulties. You can find any kind of things which is NFC enabled. And probably in Delhi, everybody you have used Metro smart card itself is a NFC enabled smart card. So we are using it frequently, but I will see how we can use in the library. Even you can connect with your lock and you can make a key. So if you put your NFC ring, it will automatically open up the door. So that's the basic technology on that, and we can apply it in a way. Now, why I am talking of NFC? That's the question. Here you can see it is low-cost library automation. Efficient library housekeeping operation can be done through NFC because you have a technology, and that technology can be run through your mobile phone. And if you have every book is NFC enabled, chip are there, so you can immediately find out any books. Promote user-centric library services. How it could be? What I'm thinking is that if users can have the NFC-enabled mobile phone, that can be transformed into the user card of the library. When the user will come into the library, they can take out one books and they tap it. So immediately that will be issued and they can go without any hesitations from the library. So it will be a user-centric kind of thing. So when you giving such kind of authority to a user in the library, they will started thinking it is their library. It is their library. So And when they will come up the library and they will going to return it, so they will feel, okay, this is my library. So feeling users made them feel that it is their library. It's probably one of the finest user-centric library service. Next is use of Android phone instead of workstation. We'll see one by one later how it will help in cost cutting. Android phone is probably much lesser than the one workstation and low-cost applications for library housekeeping operation. Normally, when we go for the RFID, the deficiency part of the RFID system is that it's a high cost. High cost means one RFID sticker costing 30 to 25 rupees. Where we'll go to the NFC tag, it will cost 1 to 3 rupees. Next thing, when you go for the RFID technology, you need to have a one middleware, and that middleware again when usually charge for that, probably 1 lakh rupees. It's I'm telling you the lesser price, bargain price, but they can charge you what they wanted to charge. So that money could be saved. You need not to take any kind of middleware in using that kind of technology. If you want to use NFC technology for issuing one book, you have to take out the read ID card. You have to put your NFC enabled tab or your phone. You just submit that one. So it will read the user's card and it will issue book and it will be issued. If you want to check in, so you just take out the books, you just keep the books with the NFC enabled devices, either phone or tab, submit, it will delete on showing the date and that the list of that person has been issued. So this is one use directly in the library, how we are going to issue and return. It will be done through your mobile phone or tab or by the user tab. Another application we can see, when you are moving through the metro in the underground, you do not have a data connectivity and you are getting bored in the metro network. So in that case, you can keep some of the books in the metro, and that books will be NFC enabled chip, and within NFC enabled chip, we can keep the content page of the book, or some of the 10 pages or 3 pages or 5 pages of the chapter that can they have take out from their mobile phone and can read later on. So here you can see some of the library are using. They are keeping some of the books there. You just put your mobile phone near to that particular book. You need to be more closer. So when you are doing this thing, automatically the information of the books will come up to your mobile phone and it will read. Later on, you will find some books, some pages of the books, of course, the content part of the books or the chapters of the books. So you can take out within that commuting period. You can read it out. When you find the books are really good for you or in your choice, so later on, the app can be locate you where that particular books can be available in different part of daily libraries. So that can be done through this app with the NFC technology. So this is one of the finest service probably. Even not only in the metro underground, you can do it for your library. It is just a concept. When new books will come to your library, and when you are putting up the jacket of the books into the library, on that particular jacket, we can put one NFC tag with the content page of the books. So when one user will passing through the through that area, they can tap their mobile phone and they can get the content page of the books. So later on, they can find is that book is suitable for them or not. We have to do it. We have to do it because the whole generation are dependent on the computer. So we have to reach out to that extent. The main problem of that is the NFC is that security is concerned, of course. How we are going to secure our application. If you have a secure two-tier security in your family application interface, so probably nobody will think of doing a kind of thing for taking or kind of locking or hacking kind of thing, because the quantum of energy and the quantum of effort they are going to do for taking out any books from the library, probably it is better not to do it. They can tear out the pages, but that's not the concern. Concern is that how we are secure our things and how we are with full of empathy we can reach out the book to our user. That's our concern, because librarianship is not a burden. Librarianship is an investment. So the quantum of effort throughout the country the librarians are doing within that COVID period, probably every library has started up with a digital material to its clientele. The quantum of job they have done, it's extremely, we are extremely thankful to everybody. Coming to my effort, which I have done with my, come to the low energy BLE technology. The Bluetooth energy is new standard of Bluetooth technology that allow devices to send and receive data using small amount of energy. And iBeacon are basically an app brand name given to the technology that improve location while devices and app via BLE. When a BLE enabled device is near, iBeacon can transmit content to it, and vice versa. The device can be transferred to the iBeacon as well. Now, where use for our library? That's the concern. Even we are also thinking we'll put some iBeacon on the book rack, and the iBeacon of that particular video. So whenever users will come up into the library, so immediately all information of that particular rack, bibliographical data, they can immediately take out in their mobile phone. Even that can be done. I have already discussed that through call number range, we can do it very nicely. And in one particular range, so that can be mapped with the call number, whole library, and that can be put into the iBeacon. So when our users come with the mobile devices, if they tap the very closer to the iBeacon, so whole information will come up their mobile phone, and they can open up it, and they can go through the library if they wanted to search anything. So that particular document can reach without any hesitation. Besides this, any things happening into the library or something new in the library, that information can also be done the iBeacon. So here you can see one pattern enters the library. The devices picked up beacon broadcast. The devices reach out to their library app server to see event occurring at the library. And at the same time, the pattern is notified about an upcoming event. They may be interested in signing up for that. So that can be done with the Bluetooth technology. As I told you, that if you have a Bluetooth technology and you have a proper structuring of the system. So there, if you have a Bluetooth in your mobile and through iBeacon, exactly reach to that particular book. That's and some of the university library is working on that. They have already done it. People are using that technology. So that can be done, probably is a very less amount of money. We need not to pay huge amount of money for that. It's a kind of technology, it is inbuilt. We have to reuse in different way. That's the concern is. Now, what I have done, it is not only I have done, it's my student done. And not only me, there are people who are working on that. Here you can see, we have created one software. This is the way we have do it. We have created this system, algorithm, software requirement, NFC tag, issue of books, returning. One by one, I could go. You can get an eye that can be done. Probably you can do much betterment. Here you can see in this automation system, if one user will come up to your library, so they have to open up the app. On that app only it will be work when you are where you are in the library, when your GPS system is in the library, then your app will be activated. Once activated, then you have to put some member ID over there, and the books will be issued. And in case of return, you have to take the books, and you have to put the member ID, and it will automatically return. If you have crossed the due date, so later on you can see the fines that will be calculated also here. So that we have done. Step one, you can see that. Just a moment. Step one, start. Log in the application. The user tap NFC-enabled smartphone on the NFC-enabled library card. The application will read the user ID from the user library card and then ask for the password. After authentication, the user will be logged in. Step 3, select choice from menu, issue books, return books, and here is step 4. If you selected issue books option, then NFC tag on the book in smartphone. If user has already issued 4 books, then return error. Else user is want to issue the same books again, it will give you the return error. Else, if the user want to issue the already issue book, return error. Else, issue the books on the username. Step 5, if the user select return books option, read NFC tag using smartphone, it gives all the information including find data and date and time of issue, book name, book ID, number of late days. So if then later 0, pay the fine and the fine is added up. Book is returned, then the entry in the database regarding the books is modified. Step 6, if user select history option, then display the list of all the books user had issued so far. Log out. The user can log out using the logout option in the application to stop its system. We have used over here, where use Android, PHP, MyAdmin, Tomcat, MySQL, JDK, and we have used Java, XML, Android program, PHP, SQL, and we have used NFC-enabled smartphone, NFC card, and NFC tag content information about the book. Here you can see we have created 3 tables: book, user table, and issue book table, user table, and issue of book table. So here is the different tables of that: book table, issue books, and user tables. If we go for the user tables, you can see the ID, name, email ID, password, roll number, and etc., etc. And you can include many of them. And the book detail, you can use all the book normally required for a bibliographical requirement. So you can create a field for that. So in issue ID, user ID, book ID, issue date, return date, and the fine or anything else. So how it looks like in your mobile phone. This is LMS NFC. This is the logo. This is a library management system, NFC. This is an NFC application. You have to put the password. And this is the main menu: issue book, return book, history, fine history, and NFC enabled scan the tag issue. It will tell if you want to issue, just press the issue. The book will be issued automatically. Searching different book, if it is not database or not in the database, it will tell the book not found in the database. Or NFC enabled scan book tag for returning the books. You just put over there. If you have a fine, it will return the books, and your fine money will be zero. The books will return successfully. So you can find detailed loan history, issue history, and return history over here. And if you have any kind of library due, you have to pay for that. So that's kind of technology we're using. Why we're using? Because NFC applications are growing rapidly. In the number of NFC enabled mobile phone will grow 30 times between 2020 to 21, reaching 1.2 billion units. Probably after 2021, any mobile phone will come up. It will come up with the NFC enabled. So why I'm trying to do is, when we are trying to the advantage of that particular technology, not investing to other technology. So we'll take the advantage of NFC technology, Bluetooth technology, which is inbuilt in the user's mobile phone, and we'll connect. Now, what are the RFID? Why I am talking about that concept? Because RFID has its problem. I have already told you that it's really costly, because spending one-time RFID is not the solution. You have to pay the annual maintenance charge regularly. Second thing, you have to put lot of amount in the hardware system, networking system. So that requires a lot of money. And that money can be used in different purpose in the library. We can create e-library, because library in India, probably we need to create e-library. Otherwise, there is no solution, because majority of the online database vendor are going to subscribe on the basis of your IP address. So if you are not in the institute, you cannot access all the e-resources. So some of the challenges we'll discuss. Here you can see, if we going for the RFID, one RFID reader and workstation, computer and the workstation. That cost probably, computer is around 70,000, and that reader around 1,50,000. So it is almost a lakh, where one mobile phone of 20,000 rupees can handle this term of activities which you are doing through RFID. Here you can see the RFID chip, which is almost same with the NFC chip. The price of the RFID chip so high, and NFC chip so low. It's 1 to 3 rupees, where it is very high. Now, middleware. In NFC, RFID technology, you need to have one middleware. But here, when using technology, your mobile phone app, it's connected with the server, so you don't require any kind of middleware for that. Your app is work like a middleware. So you need not to pay, or need not to, more than pay is, you need not to take any kind of effort to create another applications for your library automation. That's the concept. Here you can see, if you go for the self-circulation kiosks, it is almost 2,50,000, and the handheld reader almost 1,50,000. So almost 4 lakh rupees you are spending for the issue systems and for recording the amount of books in the for the stock verification. So that can be done through your mobile phone. So how it is going, you can imagine, you can understand it is, you can think of it. So your thinking and your understanding is important. The cost of the burden of budget goes at least 1/4 the budget we normally spend in the RFID technology if we adopt the NFC technology. This is not only me, I'm talking or I'm working on that. My children in India, majority of the technical institute, they are working on that. They are doing research, and they have created so many of things. Look at that. Lakshmi Devi Ji Kurmi, NFC-based library automation using smartphone. It is 2014. Here you can see NLibsys library system using NFC technology. C. Puri Mun, Muhammad Sakil Hussain, Manmeet Mahendrajit Singh. 2017. Near field communication enabled library, Mr. Siddharth Jagpat. It is in 2015. Smart library using NFC, HC Bosnet. It is in 2016. You can understand in one snapshot, I am able to find out so many of article on NFC enabled library system. It is everybody, every technical institute and the software institute in India, they are working on that. They are creating software. And we need to motivate them. We need to give them kind of project for the life. Okay, kids, you have to do this and you have to carry forward for that. So the burden of the library budget will be lesser. We can create more avenues for the library, for the users. We have a wonderful software for the university Soul and eGranthalaaya. This is one of the, I will tell you, dignitaries, that is one of the cheapest library automation software. If you think of library automation software in India, it's very costly, which is coming from other countries. It is very costly. That is the governmental effort, and they are doing excellent job. That is probably to think of anything. It's a ready-made software. You need not to learn for like Koha. It's a ready-made, and it's a very cheap software, which in that sense, it's a very cost-effective. So we are ready with that concept. And if you understand the concept, that why we're not able to do that, because we can do that. We can do that because my children are doing that. They're creating softwares every day. Here you can see some of our countrymen who are heading one of the finest tech company in the world. They're the CEOs. You got Arvind Krishnan, IBM, Sundar, Google Alphabet, Shatya Nadella, Microsoft, Jayashree Ullal, Arista Network, Shantanu Narayan, Adobe, Sri Sanjay Mehrotra, Micron, and Sri George Kurian, NetApp. They're the people who are holding the highest post of the software designing. They are our people. They're doing excellent. Breed is, so we can do it. We can do it. And we have a tremendous philosopher. I will tell you, last week, probably the mid of May, Miss Crystal Veneman. She's the director of National Library Estonia. She is referring the Professor Ranganathan. Jarmo Sasti, the director library, Eastern Finland University. He many times we had a talk, and he is very much interesting to do some project on Ranganathan. There are thousands of people who are referring Ranganathan because Ranganathan is a universal. So we can do it. Philosophy is ready. Maker is ready. So what exactly the problem is? We can do it very nicely. So that's why do not create kind of situation that we can able to take RFID technology. So wait, then think yourself, is that feasible for the budget of the library? Because after COVID-19, probably it will be very difficult to cater that kind of budget. So just think over that and rethink, then apply. And we need to apply when we're concrete in our mind after application. And we have to do it. And we can do it all together. Because our kids are much smarter than any part of the earth. They're doing excellent. And we have to do. And we all can do together. And we have to do it. There is no alternative option. And we have to do it for our generation to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. It was remarkable, very interesting.
Thank you, Dr. Roy, for a knowledgeable and a very technical session.